Certainly not made for kids. Why the hell do abusers torture their victims to death? Because the Satan cursed abuser is death. I went through way too many of them. And I always wanted to die because it's not me wanting to die. It's them who made me want to die. Like, pretend a lot narcissist. I mean, he's the last of my major super abusers. Like, me and my kids are child molested, and some psychopath monster goes and says, I harmed my kid that way? Like, that doesn't do a psychological, mental, breakdown in my mind. That type of falsely accused, to be falsely accused like that doesn't call it mental breakdown in my mind. Like, well, if you didn't do it, well, then no big deal. No. It's continual attack, the continual attack conditions the mind to die. I was dead, like, the majority of my life from abusers, but just, not just hating myself from being abused to death as a kid before I could remember, and then I just barely made it, not enjoying a childhood barely at all, except a tiny bit of times, like, just. But my older brother was like, do you remember this? Do you remember that? Do you remember that? No, I didn't. And Joyce Meyer has a whole bunch of blocked memories. It's just, I just, like, existed on autopilot. Victims exist on autopilot. They're able to walk and eat and sleep, but not think. Wow. That's what autopilot is, correct? No, they can't think. They don't think. And it's just so sad that there is no real help. Like, no help at all. I don't get it. I'm a very talented artist, and, like, nobody cares. Nobody cares. No one can help me out. I just say the truth. I hate perverts. Am I allowed to hate perverts? I mean, rapists? Am I allowed? Am I allowed to hate child molesters? Am I allowed to hate rapists? Am I allowed? I should be able to be allowed. I don't even care about straight and gay anymore. That doesn't even exist. I mean, how awful rape really is, and how awful it is to rape a child. That is the worst crime in this world, in my opinion. In my opinion, the worst crime is raping a child. So that just right there causes gays not to exist. Are gays perverted? Who gives a fuck? You don't care about a child being raped and almost ruined for life, but it's like, it depends also on how badly you were raped. Like, for instance, the children I know, they were barely raped. So they were, didn't really affect them. I was, always picked on and cursed, to be the worst. whatever. I just hate the pretend a lot narcissist acts like I ever had a life. Like I ever enjoyed, like, even one entire month. I could say I enjoyed one entire week in a motel room. Okay, all to myself. Alright. 1 week where nothing went wrong. Like, I'm like scamming out my life. Like, when did I ever have a good week? When did I ever in my life have a good week? Went in 2015 all by myself in the hotel room, and I was lied about that one. Because I only had 2 men go into the budget inn in 2015. That was my son, and it was a homeless guy. The homeless guy lied. I felt so sorry for him. Well, how can... And that's all I ever wanted a church person to do for me. But, you need longer than a night, but it was freezing cold. The kid was sleeping outside. Like, you know what? I only have one more night. I have enough bus fare for you. I can't do anything but give you enough bus fare back. That's it. But you have a shower. You can watch whatever you want on TV. I don't give a shit about TV. You have a shower and a bed to sleep in instead of sleeping out on the concrete. And that's the way every human being should be treated. Every human being. Was I ever treated like that? Ever? Susan Chappelle. I'm sick of my story. I mean, it's all true. And I hate pretending like narcissist and all his lies, like acting like he ever did me a favor, which he did not. He just wants total control and puts me down in every way. I mean, just a total psychopath wanting total control of my life. Like every other abuser. Like all my abusers want just total control. That's why Earth is hell. Because I'm a victim my entire life because all my abusers had total control over me. Did I allow it? No. People say, stop being the victim. Well, if you're never taken out of the situation, then you are a victim. That's just reality. You're a victim. The victims remain victims if they're not taken out of the situation, if they're not helped in any way. And nobody helps out homeless people who are victims. That's the biggest, most obvious victim there is. Homeless people. So it's running a little bit late. I mean, the video, let me know.